Hello everyone, and welcome to the Tarot on Brexit, September the 7th, 2019. I don't know if you've seen my last video on it, but it said something was going to happen that was unexpected, and I think a number of things have happened that are unexpected. So I will now do a reading on what's going on with Brexit and all the influences surrounding it up to the 31st of October. Okay, they've locked. Here we go. First card, the King of Pentacles. Now this indicates a man in position of power, someone who's cautious, someone who's in finances, so this makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? But it's also a kind and generous man, and someone who is kind of a protector. I mean, this also kind of seems to say be cautious with finances. I mean, that sounds pretty obvious, doesn't it, really? But however, it's a kind, generous man, a kingly man who's looking after things. The King of Pentacles is a lot like a father figure. So there's a kind of a fathering thing going on here. Now I know that can be a negative, can't it? But I'm looking at this in a positive light. Now crossing this is the Seven of Wands. Now the Seven of Wands is what it says. There's a man there's 6 wands coming for him, and he's got one across to defend himself. Well, basically that means whatever's going on, we're in a position to be able to protect ourselves, and nothing's going to get on top of us. It may be difficult, but we can face the battle. We're strong enough to deal with the battle, so it's not really a problem. Now, underneath, and the basis of everything, this is the High Priestess. So this says, don't be afraid to be alone. Which, I suppose, in terms of Brexit, being alone would be being out of the European Union. Kind of, except we're not. No one's alone, are they? But this could also be learning about the deeperness of the mysteries, as it were. So maybe something's going to come out that will give us a clue as to how the thing works. Some kind of hidden part of it. It is something about going into the deeperness of things, the depths, often of other realms, uncharted realms. You know, after all, this is going to be a new thing for everybody. Now, top of the matter, 9 of Wands, that's people going, oh my God, what's going to happen? Oh shit, it's going to turn to shit, we're going to turn to shit, oh my God, this is a nightmare. Basically, this is the woman woken up in the middle of the night and is worrying about everything because everything seems unfixable and on top of her. But this is just worries that can't be solved straight away. But also, this is actually a card where, and this links into the last reading I did, where there may be things going on that we don't know anything about, or have no idea of, or haven't even considered that they might be a factor. That's what this is. But it's in the head. Well, that's the worry. But the resolution of the worry, or the reason for the worry is that it's out of our hands. There's something going on that will affect things and make the change, you know, like if I give you an example, it would be for example, you want to move house, but the house you want to move into is still occupied by someone. Well, they might suddenly get their dream job and move. You know, that kind of thing we're talking about. That's got nothing to do with you or us, but it does affect the situation. Now the past, now this is an energy exchange, a sharing, you know, give and take, an equalness and a fairness. I suppose that could be applied to being in the European Union, really, in this case. Now, in the future, and what is coming, well, the Ten of Swords now, to some extent, that might look like a nasty card, but actually, there's a shaft of light coming, and this kind of promises that the end of the thing is coming, which I suppose, if you know things are decided by the 31st of October, then it is. That's true. But also it can mean, you know, that we might need to travel to further ourselves, you know. Like, I mean, the way I can see that would be maybe we need to, you know, forge links with China, or, you know, or Argentina, or, you know, that's just an example. It might not be anything like that at all, because very often these things never turn out how you expect them to, or how you think. Now the answer is the Ace of Cups, which, if you're familiar with tarot, that's a really good card. This is the beginnings of love, and actually, as anyone who's into any kind of spiritual belief, love is the key. So this is the forest fairy finding the pot of love and spreading it about. And really, anyone who's got any spiritual leanings, that is exactly what you've got to do, whatever goes on. That's our answer. That's how we've got to be. Spread the love. Now, I don't know how it relates to Brexit either, but that's what it's saying. You know, be in control of your emotions, flow your emotions, and spread all the positiveness. I can't see another reason. Another meaning for that. Now, strength. Now, this is justice. Strengths or weaknesses. Well, it's a strength at justice, because justice means looking at things in a slightly detached way and working things out, making judgments, but also being prepared to do a bit of give and take and not being too hard and restrictive and you know, on you if it was a personal thing, but you know, to have a bit of flexibility. But also this is legal proceedings and the law, which I suppose in the terms of Brexit it does kind of make sense, doesn't it? So hopes or fears. Now this, the Seven of Wands, that's keeping things to yourself. So it is acts of subterfuge and cunning that may require rethinking. I mean, I'm sure lots of you could see the relation to Boris here, but it's also not giving anything away, not letting your plans be known. You know, dealing with what you've got to deal with, but not let the details go, not let important details come out, and just keep them to yourself, because they can be used against you. It's a little bit of a hiding, shape-shifting thing, which actually, if that's the case, then Boris is the right person, don't you think? And it's like hiding your intentions, so that kind of implies there is something else going on in here. And the outcome, Queen of Wands. Now, a feminine energy that's creative and passionate and knows what she wants. That's quite a good outcome, I would say. And I'm sure all you fire sign women will say, yeah, of course it is. And I shall say, stop bobbing about when you say that. But yeah, so the Queen of Wands, she's creative, but you know, she does like to have appreciation of her talents and creativities. It's fire, so it's active, and it's not a passive female thing. Not quite sure what that would mean. Would this mean that there's some woman coming, you know? Is there another female Prime Minister coming? Or not sure. I'm not sure what that is going to mean. But if I see the Queen of Wands come up, that's kind of a good card to me. So if you've seen my tarot readings before, you know I do a couple of follow-on cards. The Knight of Cups, that's you know, having a dream, of an idealistic dream, creative and emotional and psychic abilities. And the Princess of Swords is, you know, communications and dealing with ideas and chatter, gossip, all that kind of thing. It's being in amongst that, but also having to rethink things maybe. And at the bottom, Five of Wands, that's having your options questioned and standing up for yourself and your opinions and your beliefs, and you know, just standing up for you, rather than, you know, standing up and backing up what you say. So there you go, that's it. Thanks for watching. Join me next time. Ta-da.